Have changed. Twin Dodge 440s, crankshaft to crankshaft, each engine turning around 500 horsepower. Charlie Bromer was an engineer for the New Holland Hay Baler Company. I said, Charlie, way back when, I said, put some blowers on those engines. He said, nope, you just give me two Holley double pump carburetors, burning alcohol, we'll keep in with it. Ladies and gentlemen, getting off, drawing the #1 spot in this class of 16 national tractors, let's make him welcome Mr. Art Bromer. That was the champion tractor of 1985, shutting him down now. The two wall plugs behind the seat. If she broke away from the sled, that rope would jerk those plugs out, which would shut the ignition off on both engines. I've only seen in 38 years 3 tractors break away from the sled. It is not a pretty sight. Let's see what she can do. Unbelievable horsepower. The lady who was in the #1 spot in the nation on the East Coast, Nancy Willis.
Blown big block Chevrolet wedge motors on it. You can see the blower with those 3 injection flappers on top. And watch those things go wide open by the time he gets out to about the 75-foot mark. It's about 4,500 horsepower, and I will assure you, he's going to make you hold your ears. Paul Foster with one called Locked and Loaded.
One of the original pullers from Montgomery County. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Paul Foster.
They almost able to consider this a hometown track. I'm sure he's great and are happy to be part of the Great Frederick Fair pool here tonight. Here we go, Ford fans. Twin big blocks, and these are carbureted, and it's called Unaffordable.
Yes, indeed, real axle snapping action. The brand new Ford power tractor running tunnel ram air inducted carburetion.
Class.
Well, you wanted to see the action, ladies and gentlemen, no doubt about it. Sponsored tonight by Keith's Automotive and Repair. We've got the big names. I would say 95% of the East Coast pullers are here in Frederick tonight. Let's make him welcome from Windsor, Pennsylvania. Green flag is down, Timmy Robinson. Lucy. I don't know. It looks as though he may have gone out of the
father that got him into the sport. This guy has 3 seasonal first place finishes this year and 4 seconds. And he's going to see what he can do here tonight in front of the great fans at the Frederick Fair. Here we go, Chevrolet fans. Going to hold your ears for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that issue with that left motor there at the end of the run. You see that big banner gearbox on there, that engine right in front of him sitting on there backward. And at the Buck, not the last time here last weekend, but the time before. So fresh out of the shop with 2 second place finishes is definitely not bad.
Well, he's the owner and operator of a towing company and truck repair. And of course, as you said, he is new this year, started pulling back in 2010. What I want to know is where he ever found an engine like that. That has got to be Air Force surplus from some warehouse, probably in Arizona, was wrapped up in mothballs to keep the ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for him? Really improved since we saw him back in July. He's sled fixed and ready to go. Right now, standing very high in points, number 4 on the East Coast. Let's make him welcome the farmer and welder from southern Calvert County, Mr. Phil Jones. Attitude adjuster, and the Chevrolet fans will be happy about that.
Well, it's up there now. I mean, it's up there. It's up here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, not in our current point standings, but looking good here tonight. One called Wasted Nights.
Has just been blowing his dad away. And Dad is bound and determined tonight he's going to do it. So 3:26 is the mark to beat. And Jason, his son, the grandson of the clan, says, Dad, as long as you've got the 2 engines back at the wheels, you're never going to touch me. Jason's the one that figured out to put the 2 of them out front. That gives you nose weight, and he put more on the back. And he says, Dad's got it on the wheel. Well, I tell you what, the Blizzard family is something else here. We've got Blizzard coming up, then Jimmy Kendall with the jet engines, Fred McKenzie, Steve Fraser, Ricky Blizzard. The Blizzard family has 3 tractors here tonight. And then, of course, the grandma from the Everman Farm family out of Danville, New York, is going to end it all. Here comes
It's a tough break for Tom. How about a hand for him, folks? Some reason or another is definitely cutting out on him a couple times, and of course that's going to cost him quite a piece.
The pressure is going to be so great that the engine will actually turn the wheels with the brakes on. That's when Jimmy says, it's ready to go. Bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. We hope he's going to do it tonight. Sounds good, sounds good. You're clear to take off. Come on, Jimmy, let it run.
How about a hand for him, folks? He may not be out front, but he's the only guy going to show you one of those in Frederick County.
It's one of the best runs that Jim has had all year. Balanced perfect. I said, well, what's the red line on the tachometer set at? Well, I got 4 tachometers. Got the red line on one at 78, the other one 79, one at 8, and the one at 8,200. And I said, which one do you watch? He says, things are going so fast I can't even see them at my age. Ladies and gentlemen, he turns 8,000 RPM. Big Did you ever hear a bunch of Fords run like that? Fred McKenzie out of Westminster, Maryland. Retired farmer and now a certified delegate. The Everman family from New York State is here. They farm over 3,000 acres. Well, this must be one of the neighbors from up there. I tell you what, in northern New York State, here's the man to do it.
Not bad. How about him for him, ladies and gentlemen? He calls it Blue Thunder 2. Got a little bit of a leak on that top engine, but it doesn't look like it worried him too much because he kept right on hammering.
Yep, the fire was flying out, alcohol leak around the manifolds on the rear engine. But Steve Fraser will remember the night that he was in Frederick. We'll have the distance on the Blue Thunder in just a moment. Another bunch of guys that are helping Keith with the sponsorship tonight are your local Pioneer seed corn dealers, Gordon Flickinger and Jeb England. Both good Farm Bureau members. They'll be over here dipping ice cream at the Farm Bureau ice cream booth under the grandstand. Gordon Flickinger and Jeb England. And you is where Flight 93 went down on that disastrous 9/11, and we had an opportunity to go out to the new memorial. We pulled up there back in August. Right now, Ricky Ricky is one of those guys. trying to find reverse to back up.
On their feet and giving them all kinds of throttle with their right hand, hanging on the steering wheel with the left hand. Watch this thing go. It's called the Wild Hare, and it is definitely twin Hemi powered.
All right, ladies, get up and get on. She's down here tonight to put Nancy Weller away. It's woman against woman. Are you ready for this? She says she's gonna do better than 348 feet. These two women are drawbar to drawbar. Sharon Everman. Gonna have to get the other gun up here. Yeah, he's gonna beat on the gun. Ladies and gentlemen, coming back, the icon of pulling from the champion tractor in 1985, Art Bowman. Well, he proved the odds makers right. Peter. From up near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in Somerset County. This is where Patty Fuller and I was back in the middle of August. That's up near where Flight 93 went down. Kevin Landis, he and his dad are coal haulers. Big block, Oldsmobile power.
Lower belt.
Well, that is not good. Kevin is off. I tell you what, Kevin, weeks ago, they pulled in a class of 56 trucks. Kevin took 13, Sabrina took 10 in Bowling Green, Ohio. She's here tonight, Sabrina Williams.
A great sponsor for this two-wheel drive truck class. Taz Toy, getting a tight chain. Currently third in the points. Let's see what he's got in store for us here tonight.
Might as well be in sewage. Just a little tidbit about some of these pullers, and I'm telling you, he's another one of the East Coast pullers that did a super job in Bowling Green.
That thing looks like it's about 4 feet wide.
Here's the distance, 3-3.
Almost every bit as good as it looks, fans. That old Willie's got a great big, I believe it's a BAE Hemi in it, but I could be wrong on that one.
The third, this is Clarence the fourth, better nicknamed as Buck. And they've been busy. I was talking to him over at Hagerstown earlier this year. Really, the sawmill business has been good. He's here tonight.
Unheard of in this class.
This young man's been a part of one of the original pulling families out of York, Pennsylvania, going back to the mid-1970s. His uncle and grandfather all pulled. Mr. Dan Wilson.
This year of the pulls that I was at.
Well, that's something to look forward to, and now Mr. Landis is back. You saw where it left him set at just about 100 and, I'd say 20 or so feet. That's as far as he got. Yeah, the last thing he said to his dad was, "Do you think the belt's on right?" Always trusted his dad, Kevin Landon. It's been a fantastic year for the Landers pulling team, the old Ridge Runner. Last year in 2012 was bad. They lost an engine, they blew it twice, had it fixed, they gave up. He's going to give these diesel guys a real run for their money. You're going to see it all right here at the Frederick Fair.
Are you ready, fans? Pro Stock and Super Stock tractors mixed together here tonight. The first one's a Pro Stocker. Makes it 680 cube limit with a single turbo. This is Davey Moore from Boonesboro, Maryland, with a beautiful John Deere called One More Deere. That's currently number 3 in the point standings.
Water's on, fuel going in, clean burn.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice hand for Mr. Excitement? Boy, he had that front end way up in here, didn't he? Now we know he's probably going to want to do that again being the first puller, because getting it that high definitely costs some footage. But I'll tell you what, that was exciting, wasn't it? One More Deere looking good and running well.
Tires for today's cars, trucks, and SUVs. And whether you're pushing the limits with American muscle, rolling in style in your custom truck or SUV, General Tire should be on the wheel. Mr. Martin!
Guy fans, Robert Martin doing a fine job as usual, dead center with a great pull. We'll see what they think of that.
And I'll tell you what, Mr. Tim Ammons coming up next out of Hagerstown, Maryland, with the Red Line Harvester. Some of you
run, they can hook a printer to it, get a printout, watch it on video. This is definitely a high-tech sport compared to what it was when Bill started announcing.
Oh my gosh, going back to the way Donnie and Leonard Thomas and Dan Savage and all that bunch that pulled Super Stockers back in the 1970s. They could put a heck of a show on, but I tell you what, one pull, take the pan down, pull the head off. I tell you what, Tim Ammons has kept this thing together. Beautiful Red Line Harvester.
Very nice. How about a hand for Tim Ammons?
Here comes the distance.
Is 3:02 and 12. It's got a lot of years on it. It's about a 71, 2, or 3 model. I believe 1466. So got a lot of miles on it. Got a lot of gearing done to the transmission to make it run a lot faster than it would have originally in high gear. Watch the tire speed on this old alcohol burning binder. I think you'll like it. He calls it Outcast because you don't see a lot of alcohol tractors. No smoke, but pay close attention to the RPMs. And he got a win last weekend. Let's see if Tommy can do it again here tonight.
Bring him on in Frederick, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tommy Bedgar.
How about a hand for him, folks? It is a 1066, a little brother to the one I was thinking of, but my oh my, does that thing rev up.
Yeah, got a bunch of farmers standing up here. Good morning. T-shirt shooter knocks grandstand down.
Fans, Lightning is getting hooked up. Multiple turbos on this tractor, 2 pipes. His dad always has 4 turbos on here. I can't honestly tell you how many is on David's tractor, but there might just be 4. Filling those 2 pipes with smoke. If you're a Case IH fan, here comes Lightning, and it's going to be for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big Frederick, Maryland welcome. He wants to do better than his wife did, David Everman.
Nice pull. How about a hand for David Everman? Ooh, got that brand new paint scheme on that thing, and does it look good?
You go, the pullers and their families get to know each other. They're definite hard competitors when they're on the point circuit for the prize money, but there's nothing they would not do for each other. And I know that when Landis had to go out and change that boiler belt, there was 2 or 3 other pullers standing there with the wrenches in their hands saying, let's see what we can do for you.
Our current points leader, and remember he won here last year. Let's see what he can do tonight, fans. Kevin Windsor with the 6-shooter.
Pure, no smoke, clear air. Come on, Kevin.
Folks, doesn't it make that look easy?
God, he was working hard.
E22.69, a very good pull. 322.
We had a neighbor back the road from us that ran a threshing machine with an old Alice. Yeah, I grew up back enough to see the end of the threshing machine, boys. That was back in the early 1950s. Anyway, Leon Oberholzer, dairy farmer out of East Earl, Pennsylvania, has been pulling this tractor for over 20 years. One of the best looking Alice Chalmers ever made. Get him, Leon!
How about a hand for him, folks? That's 4 turbos on that 426 6-cylinder, and he's got 30 couple years of experience pulling now. He is definitely a veteran.
Yep, I'll tell you, that is a good-looking tractor. They didn't make a whole lot of them back then. Yeah, it definitely turned his water off, didn't he? See what happens when you do that? Leon didn't do much pulling last year, had a lot of trouble with the engine in that thing.
The distance is 295.51, and it looks like he may need a tow tractor to breathe in a little bit of unburnt fuel there.
Dave has got a real John Deere.
Yeah, this is one beautiful, I think, 7930, a twin to the one that was out here first that Davey was driving. Davey incidentally coming down the right sideline here in front of us. The old man's in the seat tonight. Davey has pulled it and his sister Tara has pulled it. But Pop's in the seat tonight from Boonesboro, Maryland, in a tractor, on a tractor. It's currently number 5 in points. It's called More Agitation. Let's see if the old man's still got it in him.
I'll tell you one thing he does in his spare time is build these kind of tractors. He builds them for farmers all across the country. The man himself. Tina, you can be proud of him, your husband, Dave Moore.
Very nice. How about a hand for him, folks? Man, was he getting a bite back there about 125 feet.
Unbelievable wheel speed. He had that thing cooking. Well over 6,000 RPMs on a diesel engine made the run.
Saying, now this isn't an international, so you might want to hold on.
Well, Matt's backing into the sled. Jeff King is in the ready area. Steve Beckley in standby. Josh Martin, another one of the Martin farm family out of Chambersburg, is going to end the class, and then Davey Moore's coming back. But right now, out of Chambersburg, Matt Doherty.
Doing a good job with it, isn't he, fans? How about a hand from Matt Doherty?
Well, that's exactly what Davey Moore or Dave Moore was wishing for. You notice Dave, remember he was up in front. He needed an extra 100 pounds of weight on the nose. Doherty had it.
Are you ready for this? He's hitching a ride, but he's our new leader at 323.56. How about a hand for him? He can hear you now. 323.56 puts him 3.
Meat-based, holistic cat and dog and all pet food. So look for Canaday. It's spelled C-A-N-I-D-A-E. That's Canaday Pet Food, another one of our national sponsors.
One sharp old super stalker here, fans. Twin turbos on this one called High Cotton out of Hurlock, Maryland.
One of the old dependable tractors, Mr. Jeff King.
How about a hand for him, folks? Isn't that thing sharp looking? My, oh my, it didn't look that good and new, and it's somewhere between a 71 and a 74 model.
Yeah, many of you folks in the stands remember Cotton Taman. That was Cotton's old tractor.
The distance, 289.42. Steve Beckley is up next with a John Deere from Sharpsburg, Maryland called Up in Smoke. Big wide-bodied 8410 John Deere that does double duty all season long. Pulls mud, turbo, limited pro, and in here we'll call him a limited pro. He's in the pro stock category with 24.5-inch wide back tires. So see what he can do with it. Up in Smoke. Hand for him, folks. He might be an underclassman, but he's doing very well.
I tell you what, he farms a lot of ground, that man. Every time you talk to him, he'll say, Bill Clem, tell him I need another 100 acres from somewhere. Last count, I think he said he was farming 3,000 acres over around Washington County. I don't know where he found that much ground, but Steve Beckley has been a secret
Crankshaft in it. It's one expensive tractor, put it that way.
Yeah, that's one of those that's got pistons the size of gallon molasses buckets. The John Deere engineer said you're never going to be able to make them run like crazy. I tell you what, Martin and the boys have got that thing running. You can tell just by the way it thunders. You can tell it's a big bore engine. Has a sound all of its own. Josh Martin.
How about a hand for Josh Martin with Pink and Green?
Boy, all that diesel smoke is going toward the grandstand. That's one thing about truck and tractor pulling, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody takes a little bit of it home with you. Go home and jump in the shower and watch that diesel go down the drain. Truck and tractor pulling, the fastest growing rural motorized sport. Well, it looks like the
Davey Moore from Boonesboro, Maryland with one more deer, currently number 3 in points.
To try to beat Dad tonight. We'll wait and see. Dad pulled 295, Brian will have the final distance in a moment.